Preecy ultimately ended a goalless draw this afternoon against Marine. What's your overall assessment after that?
Oh look, it was difficult. Conditions were difficult. The pitch wasn't conducive to playing any sort of decent football. The times that we did get into good areas, we tried our best to pass and move, but the pitch was so lively today. It just didn't help us. And when you're the team who was trying to win a game and trying to work situations, it doesn't help. But we showed good character in that. We kept trying. We didn't give up on it. Sometimes it gets that you get in those sort of games, you get frustrated, and then you start doing things that you wouldn't do and end up losing a game. So it's just a strange one, because at Spennymoor managed to get loads of water on it, and it killed the bounce a little bit. Balls weren't going all the way through and bouncing out of play and going end to end. You could get hold of the ball and you could move it a little bit, but today it was just too firm, and it just bounced and made a lot of 50-50s. Not a great spectacle, but we tried all we could. We got Billy and Courtney on the pitch to give us width, trying to get it wide and trying to get it to them. But it's the build up before that is trying to get the ball to him. So it was a tough one. But when you get in those sort of games, you must get something out of it, and we got something out of it. And then you come off the pitch, and we're still in 5th place with 3 games to go. That's still a fantastic position to be in, at the minute, with 5th best team in the league. Again, producing unbelievable stats season after season with what we've got, and how can I be disappointed? I can't be disappointed. Frustrated, a little bit with a few little bits where we could have been better with our final ball, or we could have been better with our crossing, because we got in behind them quite a few times, but just our quality let us down. But you can't criticise these lads on what they've done and putting the football club in the position that we're in. And so we'll move on to the next one, knowing that it's still in our hands.
Marine, to their credit, they sat out the stall and they didn't park the bus, but they were here to do a job and to come away with a point, which they did. A few of the fans today may go away thinking we should have won that game, but does that also, in retrospect, go a long way to show how good we have been at home this season?
Yeah, okay. We shouldn't win it. We shouldn't beat anybody. We've got no divine right to beat anyone. We've been so good at home. I don't know how many we won on the spin, but we won a lot on the spin. I don't think we've lost a game since the Curzon game, and then only one previous very early on the season. Our own form's been unbelievable, and some of the performances have been so good. We found a way to get something today, and credit to Marine. I think over the last 10 games they're right up there. They must be in the top 3. Only that defeat at Scarborough last week. They have been one of the informed teams. You can't take anybody lightly. And we don't disrespect any team in this league. We know how hard we've had to fight for every single point that we've got. We've got 73 points, and you're nowhere near secure in getting a playoff berth. You look at some of the other leagues, 73 you'd be in now and relaxing. So this league's relentless. It's really tough. We know that it's going to go down to the wire, and the longer we keep looking after each game and we're 5th and we're still 5th, then games are running out and we're in a great position.
A game that won't live long in the memory, one you'll always, as you always do, look forward to our next game now, which is another test, another team that are hot on our heels in the race for the playoffs in Buxton, on an artificial surface as well.
Yeah, look, another tough game, another tough ask. To have our last 3 games are on 3G, that's difficult, because it is a big advantage for their own team, but we've shown that we've managed to go to Scarborough this year and get a result where we haven't been able to previously. But they've done well. You know, Buxton have done well. You know, they've gone now full time, and you know, although they probably didn't expect to maybe get promoted this year, but they would have been expected to be up and around it. And you know, they've done really well. And again, it's credit to us that we're in there with them and with the teams who are all around us. And you know, and I keep saying that, you know, we're doing unbelievably well to be in amongst these teams. So it's going to be a big one. You know, it's another again of those 6 pointers. And look, we'll have to be at our best there. They're a very good footballing team. They move the ball really, really well. They've got some really good individual players. They've been really good at home and got a great result today. So, you know, we know it's going to be difficult. But, you know, even though it's a huge game, nothing will be decided next week. You know, I'm pretty sure it's going to go to the last game of the season to probably decide everything, you know, at the top and the playoffs. So, you know, we just got to keep going and keep collecting points like we have. You know, 5 unbeaten now at a critical point in the season. And yeah, we'll go again and get prepared for a real tough test at Buxton.
As you say, 3 games left to go, 1 more left at home. And memories of last season at Buxton, obviously we didn't get the result that we wanted, but a lot of fans travelled to Buxton last season. They were in fine voice right the way through despite the result. And this time around, Good Friday, hopefully we're going to have plenty with us for that one, and we're going to need them.
Yeah, look, the support will make a difference. I'm sure, you know, they'll have a lot there as well. You know, it's a critical game for both teams. They do make a lot of noise there. It can be quite an hostile place to go there. Who knows? You know, it could be another hot one again. So, yeah, that, you know, our away support's been fantastic as well as our home. You know, it's just been the momentum we've got from, you know, almost from the start of the season with getting more fans through the gate and just the feel with between the fans and the players. It has been magnificent. So they've been with us all the way. Again, great today. You know, when we're coming off, they're all staying behind, clapping us off. You know, there'll be clubs who probably draw at home who will probably get booed off or whatever. You know, that's not happened here. You know, and they know, you know, they're with us. They get it. They know how well these lads are doing, and that means a lot. It means a lot to all of us. And we'll keep fighting. We'll keep trying, and at least to hold on to the position we're in, and keep going and end up in the playoffs at the end of the season.